सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः, अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम्, अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः, तदेवाहं न मतोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः।
So we are seeing the section where the answers to the Purva Paksha regarding Jiva Brahma Aikyam and also regarding Sakshi Brahma Aikyam are given. And first of all, by showing the nature of the Sakshi, the first contention of the Purva Pakshi that Sakshi apart from Jiva is not there at all was answered, as the Swarupam itself was shown to be different from that of Jiva. And after showing the Sakshi Swarupam, the Granthakara also showed the Jiva Swarupam. And there, the difference between the Sakshi and the Jiva we saw can be seen in two ways. One is that for the Visishta Jiva, the Visheshya is Sakshi, or another way is Antakarana Vishishta Chaitanyam is Jiva and Antakarana Upahita Chaitanyam is Sakshi. So in these two manners we saw the difference between Sakshi and the Jiva. And there, when it is said that Antakarana Vishishta Chaitanyam is Jiva, then the Granthakara also defined what is Visheshana. And there is one Tippani which also defines what is Visheshana. So the Tippani Kara says that the thing which is the revealer of another thing along with it is called Visheshanam. It means Visheshanam is that which reveals the entity, that is the Visheshya, which is endowed with itself. And if we apply the definition of, if we apply this Lakshana Samanvaya in Kundalam, then Kundalam Swatmana Saha Eva Kundalinaha Avabhasakam Ataha Tat Kundalam Visheshanam.
Kundalinaha Purushasya. Because Kundalena Saha, when you say,
yes,
so you are separately mentioned. No? Kundalena Saha Purushasya
Avabhasakam Ataha Tat Kundalam Visheshanam. So can we here say that the Visheshana defines the Visheshya as the Vishishta?
Yeah, it just defines this. Or reveals.
Yes.
Visheshana reveals the Visheshya along with Visheshana, not along with Pansam.
So as the Vishishta, like that.
Yes.
So thus this Jiva Swarupam and the Sakshi Swarupam was given. And now based on this two description of the nature of Jiva and Sakshi, and by that showing what is the difference between Jiva and Sakshi, now the Granthakara gives the answer to the second question of the Purva Pakshi. The Purva Pakshi had said that even if we accept Sakshi, then Sakshi Brahma Aikyam will not be tenable. And that is answered in the 63rd Avarta. So it is said, Aikyopapattihi, the tenability of oneness, and oneness between Sakshi and Brahma. So it is said, Ragadveshadayaha kleshaha samsarini eva vartante, na tu sakshini. The afflicting factors such as raga, dvesha, avidya, asmita and abhinivesha, this remain in the samsari, means the bound, the jiva itself, natu sakshini, whereas they do not remain in the sakshi. And as we saw the difference between jiva and sakshi, the jiva is antakarana vishishta chaitanyam and the sakshi is antakarana upahita chaitanyam. And now, where exactly do they stay in the samsari? Because samsari is having the visheshana aspect as antakarana and the visheshya aspect as the chaitanya. That is described in the next sentence. Tatrapi संसारिणः विशेषणीभूतान्तःकरणम् एव आश्रिताः ते न तु विशेष्यभूतचैतन्यम्. Tatrapi means in that samsari itself
or also, even in samsari also.
So even in that samsari also, te means those kleshaha, those afflicting factors have resorted to the antakaranam alone. And what type of antakaranam? The antakaranam, inner instrument, which is in the form of the visheshana for the samsari. Natu visheshya bhuta chaitanyam asritaha te. And they have not resorted to the consciousness which is in the form of the substantive to that samsari. And the Granthakara in the next sentence shows shows what the another way the difference between Sakshi and Jiva we had seen. Samsarinah Visheshya Bhuta Chaitanyam Eva Sakshi iti Vyavahriyate. And the consciousness in the form of substantive of the samsari is referred to as Sakshi. And now by showing this kind of difference, by that what is the what conclusion we can derive, that is shown in the next sentence. Ekam eva chaitanyam antakarana vishishtam chet samsari iti uchyate tadvirahitam chet sakshi iti cha. And we have to add uchyate. So it is said one consciousness alone, when it is having the antakarana, it is endowed with the antakarana, or when it is along with the antakarana, then it is called as samsari. And that consciousness itself, when it is not endowed with antakarana or bereft of that antakarana, then it is called sakshi. Means the same chaitanyam, when it is referred or when it is seen from the standpoint of antakarana as the visheshana, is called samsari. And the same chaitanyam, when seen from the standpoint of antakarana not being the visheshana, is called sakshi. Tasmat means since the same chaitanyam when endowed with antakarana is called samsari and not endowed with the antakaranam is called sakshi, therefore sakshi swarupasya samsarinah visheshya swarupasya cha shabda bhedam vina na kopi arthatah bhedah. Therefore between the nature of being the sakshi, means the chaitanyam which is of the nature of being the sakshi and the nature of being the substantive of the samsari, means the chaitanyam itself which is of the nature of being the substantive of the samsari, without the verbal difference, means one is called samsari and one is called sakshi. Without this kind of verbal difference, there is
except verbal
yes,
difference.
Except this kind of verbal difference, there is no difference meaning wise, because both of them are chaitanyam alone. And here we saw one more point, that even though we are here saying Antakarana Visishta Chaitanyam, there is no real connection between the Antakaranam and the Chaitanyam. Why is it so? Because Chaitanyam is Paramartha Satyam and Antakaranam is a Vyavharika Satyam, and therefore there cannot be any connection between those two entities of two different states, two different realities. Then why do we accept this kind of combination? Because without the acceptance of this kind of combination, the experience of samsara cannot be understood. And when we are accepting this kind of combination, we are not accepting the real combination between these two entities, but we are accepting the adhyasika sambandha, the superimposed connection between these two entities. Means the Chaitanyam is not really connected to the Antakaranam, but it is as though connected to the Antakaranam. And if we see based on this understanding, when the Antakaranam is wrongly understood to be connected with the Chaitanyam, then it is called samsari.
Antakaranam is samsari?
The Chaitanyam, yes. The Chaitanya.
Visishta is called samsari. Chaitanya you can call samsari.
So the Chaitanya, which is wrongly understood to be connected with this Antakaranam, is called samsari. And when that Chaitanyam is understood to be really not connected with this Antakaranam, then it can be called as Sakshi.
On the previous page, we have seen the definition of Upadi as Karyananvayitve Sati, Vidyamanatve Sati, Vyavartakaha Upadi. And Visheshana definition was Karyanvayitve Sati, Vidyamanatve Sati, Vyavartaka Visheshana. And when we saw in the footnote, it was Yadvastu Swa Swamipam Vastvantam Vyavartayati Apitu Swayam Tena Na Sambhadyate Sa Upadi. That's alright. Next one is Swatmana Sahaeva Vastuna Avabhasakam Visheshanam iti uchyate. So in the Moolam it is said Vyavartakam is Visheshanam. Here is Avabhasakam is Visheshanam. Therefore we understand Vyavartakam word has got both the ideas. Vyavartakam means Vyavrutya Bodhakam, Prithakritya Bodhakam, Vyavartakam. So that which is revealing something having distinguished from the other, that is called Vyavartaka. So the word Vyavartaka has got the idea of separating the given thing from others and also revealing. Having separated, it reveals. So distinguisher status also is there and revealer status also is there. And so in the first footnote, the distinguishing aspect of the word Vyavartaka was highlighted. In the second it is the Avabodhaka, Bodhaka aspect is highlighted. But Vyavartaka conveys both. Vyavartaka means Bhedaka. Bhedakam Sat Bodhakam is Vyavartaka. Therefore, there is no contradiction. So, Vyavritya, Anyaspat Vyavritya, Bodhayati, iti Vyavartaka. And from the 63rd, the title given is Aikyopapattihi. And we say that now he is answering the second second question. The first one was that Sakshi itself is not there, and second is even if Sakshi is there, oneness will not be possible. But if we really analyze, the second one is specifically answered in the 64th. In 63rd also answer is given, but answer is given to the first objection which was implied. And what is that? If you remember, there are two parts of Purvapaksha, or we can imagine two Purvapakshi. The first Purvapakshi was telling there is no Sakshi other than Jiva. And Jiva cannot have oneness with Brahman because Jiva is endowed with Pancha Klesha and Brahman is free from Klesha. That we have already told. And now Sakshi is not different from Jiva. Therefore Sakshi also will be endowed with Pancha Klesha. And therefore Sakshi will not have oneness with Brahman. Is it clear? So that was the implied Purvapaksha in the first part itself. That is being answered here. That Jiva can be said to be endowed with Pancha Klesha because it is Antakarana Vishishta. But Sakshi is not Antakarana Vishishta. Sakshi is this Visheshya Amsha, free from the Antakaranam, which is Visheshana. And therefore, Sakshi is free from Panchaklesha. Why? Because Panchakleshas are obtaining in the Visheshanam Amsha Antakaranam. Is it clear? Sakshi is different from Jiva because Sakshi is Visheshya Amsha Rupa, whereas Jiva is Vishishta. Jiva is Antakarana Vishishta, whereas Sakshi is not Antakarana Vishishta, it is Visheshya Amsha or it is Upahita Amsha. Both, whether you call it Upahita, Antakarana Upahita you say, or you say it is Visheshya, both will convey the same idea that Sakshi is free from the Sambandha with the Antakarana. And since Sakshi is different from Antakarana Vishishta Jiva, therefore Sakshi is free from Pancha Klesha, and therefore Pancha Klesha Rahita Sakshi can be one with Pancha Klesha Rahita Brahma. That is the approach adopted here in the 63rd. And the second Purvapaksha will be answered specifically in the next one. So we have to correct a little bit. That first Purvapaksha implied question, implied objection is answered. Is it clear? Alright. And Sakshi Swarupasya, it was said Sakshi Swarupasya Samsarinaha Visheshya Swarupasya cha Shabda Bhedam Mina na kopi arthataha Bhedaha. So Sakshi Swarupa kaha Chaitanya. And here Sakshi Swarupa means Antakrana Upahita Chaitanyasya. And Samsarina Visheshya Swarupasya Chaitanyasya. Shabdataha Bhedaha na kopi arthataha Bheda. Means whether you say that Antakrana Upahita Chaitanyam Sakshi or Samsarinaha Visheshya Swarupam Sakshi, both will imply the same thing, same Chaitanyam. What type of Chaitanyam? Chaitanyam which is unassociated with Antakaranam, which is having samsara dharma, Sukha Dukkhadi. Sukha Dukkhadi man or Sukha Dukkhadi mat Antakarana Sambandha Rahitam Chaitanyam is conveyed by both the words, whether you call it Sakshi Swarupa or Samsarina Visheshya Swarupa. because both of them are conveying the same idea. The Chaitanyam, the consciousness which is free from the sambandha with sukha dukkhadi dharma yukta antakaranam. Is it clear? Na kopi arthataha vedaha. Now, up to this we had seen. Then somebody said, why don't you accept that Sakshi itself has got samsara? For that, he gives the answer. Yadi vishesha swarupe api kleshaha angikriyeran. Tarhi sakshinaha api te angikritaha syuhu. So somebody may doubt that it is not only the problem with antakarana and the association with antakarana. The Sakshi itself can have problem. Like sometimes you have got some discomfort because of your dress. But if you remove the dress, then you don't have problem. But it is not the case all the time. Sometimes your body itself is having some inner heat. Some people have a hot flash. The heat will be there. So even they remove the dress, still problem will not go. Inside it is, and what can we do? So Purvapakshi is telling that it is not the Antakarana association alone has problem. Maybe Sakshi himself has a problem. Why not that? For that it is said, Yadi Visheshya Swarupe api Visheshya Swarupe kim Chaitanye, in the consciousness which is of the nature of being substantive. In other words, what? Sakshini. Yadi Visheshya Swarupe Sakshini api. Is it clear? Visheshya Swarupam kim? Sakshi. Visheshyam Swarupam Yasya Kasya Sakshinaha. So Visheshya Swarupe Sakshini api Kleshaha Angikriyeran. If the afflicting factors are accepted, Angikriyeran Karmani Prayoga. If the afflicting factors are accepted even in the witness which is of the nature of being substantive of the samsari, then sakshinaha api te angikritaha syuhu. So here Visheshya Swarupe Klesha Angikriyeran, then Visheshya Swarupa is Sakshi, therefore Sakshinaha te angikritaha syuhu. If you accept that Visheshya also has got Klesha, then they would be accepted. They means Kleshaha. They would be accepted even for Sakshi, because Sakshi is Visheshya Swarupa. So Visheshya Swarupe api Chaitanya, only the Chaitanya we say, because Sakshi is going to clarify. So Visheshya Swarupe api Chaitanya Kleshaha Angikriyeran. If the afflicting factors are accepted in the consciousness which is of the nature of substantive, then Sakshinaha api te angikritaha syuhu. Then those klesha would be accepted for Sakshi also. Why? Sakshinaha Visheshya Swarupatvat. Is it clear? The Sakshi alone is Visheshya Swarupa. Alright. Nacha etad ishtam. Cha has got the meaning but. But etat. Etat means Visheshya Swarupe api klesha swikaranam angikaranam etat na ishtam. Accepting the klesha in the Visheshya Swarupa is not desirable, acceptable. Why? For that reason is given. So many shrutis are given. After few sentences it is there. Shrutibhyaha sakshinaha na kleshaha kleshagandha api astiti vedanta siddhanta. That has got connection with the nachaitadishta. This is not desirable because Vedanta Siddhanta based on the Shruti Vakya is that Sakshi doesn't have any klesha gandha. Gandha means a wee bit of klesha. The afflicting factor is not there in Sakshi. So in simple words, accepting the klesha in the Visheshya Swarupa Chaitanyam is against the Shruti Drishti, the vision of Shruti. That is what is being said. Nateta Dishta. It is not acceptable. Why? Because we have many Shruti Vakyas which are saying that Sakshi is free from all afflicting factors, all attributes. What is the sentence? Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunasya. Sakshi witness Cheta, Chaitanya Swarupa, or that which is Avabhasaka, that which is illumining all, is Kevalaha, non-dual, Nirgunaha, attributeless. It doesn't have any attribute including ragadveshas, sukha dukkha. And therefore, to accept that Vishesya Swarupa Sakshi has got all afflicting factors is against this vision of Shruti. And regarding the nature of Sakshi, Shruti is a Pramana. And Pramana Bhuta Shruti is telling that Sakshi is free from all afflicting factors, all gunas, including afflicting factors. Alright, one sentence. Shvetashvatar Upanishad. This is one of the popular sentences. Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunasya. Second is the Kathopanishad. Na lipyate loka dukkhena suryo yatha sarvalokasya chakshuhu. Na lipyate loka dukkhena. Loka dukkhena afterward comma. Bahyaha. Tatha sarva bhutantaratma. Atma is na lipyate loka dukkhena. It is not afflicted, not affected by the pain of the world of people. Atma na lipyate loka dukkhena. Atma is not affected by the misery of the world. Comma. Why? Bahyaha. Because it transcends the world. How transcends? Because it is of Paramarthika Satta. Since it has got the absolute reality, absolute existence, therefore Bahya. It is not that no loka dukkhena Bahya. It is not, we should not read like this. Loka dukkhena Bahya na lipyate. It is not like that. Na lipyate loka dukkhena yataha Bahya. Huh? See, this punctuation mark makes so much difference. Alright. So, this Vakya also says what? That Atma, here it refers to Atma. Atma, Sakshi, Loka Dukkhena na lipyate. Therefore, what you are thinking, that Visheshya Swarupa Sakshi also will have Sukha Dukkha, that is contradictory to the vision of this Shruti. Then, next one is Asango hi ayam purushaha. He, here we, for ease of communication, we say he means indeed, even though contextually that cause. Na sajjate asango hi ayam purusha. That hetu is given. But here, he, we can say indeed, ayam purushaha, referring to consciousness. This consciousness is asangaha. Asangaha means free from any relation. Relation free. Asangaha. And why relation free? Because Paramarthika. Sambandha, real Sambandha is possible only between the two entities of the same degree of reality. Real Sambandha is possible between the two entities of same degree of reality. That is why Swapna Dhanam and this Jagrat what is called Vyavhara, we don't have connection. Otherwise, whatever wealth you had seen in the dream, from that you can draw and buy. And you can tell that, oh, my dream ka paisa hai na, wo le lena. Dream money you take the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper also is smart. He said, when a dream all things are there, from there I will sell. So he also will say dream things only. One person came and told one Swamiji, Baleke, your Guruji came to my dream and told me that I should collect 1,000 rupees from him. मेरे गुरुजी ने मुझे सप्ते में नहीं बोला. So my Guruji did not come and told me in dream. If he had told me, I would give. So your dream is valid for you. So Vyavhara and the Pratibhasika cannot have sambandha. That is clear to us. Therefore, by the babies in the dream, a person is not considered to be father in the waking state. Suppose somebody does not have children and he got the children in dream. He cannot say that now onwards I am a father. He cannot say that. Or by marrying someone in the dream, person doesn't get the marriage status. वो married into bracket हो लिखेगा dream. तो जो भी नौकरी देना है वो भी नहीं देंगे. वो बोले ये तो पागल है. So he is a mad fellow. So we don't generally mix up this. In dream, what happened? We don't. People try sometimes, Swamiji, in dream, why did it happen like this? He dreamed that way. उसके लिए फिर वो logic, they ask questions. In dream. Okay, so asangaha, why? Because this Sakshi Chaitanyam is Paramarthika Swarupa and all happenings are there in Vyavhara, Vyavharika Satta, and therefore asangaha. This is the only way to be asanga. One cannot be asanga at Vyavharika level. People try to be asanga at Vyavharika level. Relatively you can be, yes. You don't involve in the house and all this. But you cannot be. Because some sound will come. And some stimuli will happen in the body. You cannot. Unless person is in coma. Otherwise, the Vyavaharika Asangatvam cannot be there absolutely. Yes, Vyavaharika Asangatvam in relative sense possible and useful also. In fact, we suggest that you learn to be as asanga as possible when you are in Vyavahara. Especially after certain age, we prescribe little more. Now you give the key of your treasury to your son. वो बोलते समय मेरा सब कुछ लड़के को दे दिया, खाली वो तेजर की चाबी रखा है. The only key of treasury I have kept, बाकी सब दे दिया. वो क्या दे दिया? Give, hand over, relatively, to the extent you can hand over. Everything you sometimes say nowadays if you hand over everything, then children will say city क्या old age home में आपको रख देंगे. So they have to be careful. But relative asangatvam is possible and suggested in certain stage of life. But absolute asangatvam cannot be obtained in Vyavahara. Not possible. However much one tries, one cannot remain asanga. Some impact will be there of the surrounding you are living. So today this dining hall bell did not ring on time. Some impact will be there. So we cannot say, at least mind will say, why is it so? Has anything happened? Let me see. Some sangha will come. So we don't expect. Only way to be asanga is to see yourself to be Paramarthika. Like Vijay Swamiji says, only way to be free from ignorance is to see yourself to be the Sakshi of ignorance. There is no other way. Same thing asanga. But Atma is, that is all the, by the way, the main thing is, Sakshi is, Ayam Purusha refers to Sakshi is Asangaha. It's very beautiful. Next one is, Saha, this Asangoya Ayam Purusha is the sentence of Brihadaranyaka. 4:30, 4, 3, 15 and 16, both this comes. Saha na sadhuna karmana bhuyat. Here bhuyat is not Ashirling. Like bhuyat is there, no? The Prathama Purusha Ekvachana bhu in Ashirlinga is what?
Bhuyat.
Bhuyat. Ah, yes, bhuyat. So, Sukham bhuyat. So, it's bhuyat. But here it is not Ashirlinga. Here bhuyat, bhuyan it is a noun. First I also thought that bhuya, ho jaye. It is not like that. Saha refers to Atma. Sadhuna karmana, by good action, na bhuyan, would not become bigger. Bhuyan is a comparative. Bahu shabda comparative is bhuyan. Bhuyas shabda is there, bhuyan. So, by good karma, Atma does not become greater or bigger. And asadhuna na kaniyan. Bhuyan na eva. By good karma, Atma does not indeed become bigger. Asadhuna karmana saha kaniyan na bhavati. By the wrong action, Atma does not become small. Generally, what happens when somebody has done something good, no, then he will be a little bit puffed. He's all cheeks and all body, everything puffed. Who did it? I did it. You can see the body is puffed. The whole thing is blooming. And something went wrong. कौन किया था? मेरे से हो गया. Shrunk. One person was telling that even they said sometimes this one dog has this complex. Dog also. I was surprised to hear this. So dog used to be very what is called known for his bravery and all. And one day some big cat or something came and tried to attack on this dog. And dog came back. Shrunk. So when the good thing happens, we bloom. Ahameva. Then something goes wrong, shrunk. And another thing people do is either they feel shrunk or they pass on the bug. Or they will say, काम करते हैं तो भूल भी होगा ना. If you do work, mistake will happen, no? Okay. So this is how. I have rarely seen people accepting their mistake objectively. Very rare, very rare. Simply said, it happened. Yeah, it was my mistake. I will be careful. That type of objective statement doesn't happen so easily. Somehow, human mind is like this. And so they will roundabout. In the meeting, sometimes I try, So, was it wrong? Then finally, with great difficulty, Swamiji, but it takes so much time to tell. So, generally what? When good karma happens, so much elated. And wrong thing happens, kaniyan. But Atma, na bhuyan, na kaniyan. I remain the same. Whatever happens, I am not becoming bigger by any karma, nor becoming small by any karma. Same thing is given in the next sentence. Na vardhate karmana, no kaliyan. By any karma, it does not grow. Huyan, what was said? Same thing. Na vardhate, no kaliyan. And it does not become small by karma. I am vruddhi rasa rahitaha. I am free from any elation or contraction, or any expansion or contraction. इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः साक्षिणः न क्लेश गन्धः अपि अस्ति. From this shruti, what is the idea we derive? Sakshinah, for sakshi, klesha gandha. Even a wee bit of this klesha afflicting factor is not there for witness. Iti Vedanta Siddhanta. Because of Vedanta Siddhanta, the principle of Vedanta in this manner derived from the Shruti, what we understand? Nachayeta Dishtam. Since this is the Vedanta Siddhanta, Vedanta Darshana Siddhanta, the vision of Vedanta based on the Upanishad, based on the Shruti. Here Vedanta Siddhanta, we are saying Vedanta Darshana Siddhanta. Otherwise, Vedanta and Shruti both are same. So, Vedanta Darshana Siddhanta, because of the Siddhanta, the established principle of this vision of Vedanta based on the Shruti. And what is the Siddhanta? Sakshinaha na klesha gandha api asti. Is it clear? And the Vedanta Siddhanta, since this is the Siddhanta of Vedanta, therefore, nachayeta dishtam. We have to connect with that. Therefore, etat means what? Vishesya swarupe kleshangi karanam na ishtam. In simple words, we cannot accept that Visheshya Swarupa Sakshi also will have kleshas because it is against the vision of Shruti. Now, ataha samsarinaha Visheshya Swarupe na kleshaha santi kintu Visheshani bhutantah karana matre. Therefore, since this is the Vedanta Siddhanta, therefore conclusion is Visheshya Swarupe samsarinaha Visheshya Swarupe Sakshini, in the Sakshi, which is of the nature of being the substantive of samsari, kleshaha na santi. The afflicting factors, ragadveshas, are not there. Kintu, but te, we have to supply. Kintu, kleshaha santi. Kutra santi? Visheshani bhutantakrana matreva kleshaha santi. Only in the antakarana, which is this adjective for the samsari, for that, in that antakarana alone, the kleshas are there. So, afflicting factors are there only in the antakarana, which is the adjective of samsari. Or chaitanyam also we can say. Both ways, vishishtasya visheshanaha or visheshyasya visheshanas. Is it clear? So, in simple words, this samsar, the kleshas are there only in the antakarana, which is the visheshana of jiva, and kleshas are not there in sakshi, which is visheshya of samsari. And kleshas are there only in visheshani bhuta antakarana. For that, these some shrutis are quoted. Shruti, and afterwards this Mahapurusha Vachanam, Shankaracharyaji's Vachanam. Kamaha, Sankalpaha, Vichikitsa, Shraddha, Ashraddha, Trutihi, Adrutihi, Rihi, Dhihi, Dhihi, Iti etat sarvam manaha eva. This is a very popular sentence. It was quoted in Kenopanishad also. Manaha. So, all these features, qualities are the mind alone. Means they are the qualities of the mind alone. What are they? Kamaha, desire. Desire for bhoga is kamaha. That kamaha manaha eva. Sankalpa. Sankalpa generally is considered to be the Kama Moolam. Means seeing the object with some subjective value. That is called Sankalpa. Seeing the object with some subjective value. Value addition. That this object is very beautiful. This object is very comfortable. Some extra value addition is there. That is Sankalpa. Another way, Bhashyakara in Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, he is defines this Sankalpa as Pratyupasthapita Vishaya Vikalpanam Shukla Niladi Bhedena. Means ascertaining the object perceived in a specific manner is called Sankalpa. And that definition can be extended to this Kama Moola Sankalpa also. Means seeing the object in a specific manner. Suppose I say, I am Ghataha, this will be called Dhihi. It will come Dhihi. But I say, this is a very beautiful pot, mind captivating pot. Then it is what? Sankalpa. Okay. So Kama is Manaha, Sankalpa is Manaha. Vichikitsa, doubt, samshaya gnana. Shraddha, astikya buddhi. That something is, especially Bhashyakara says, adrishtartheshu karmasu astikya buddhihi devatadishu cha. So idea that devatas are there, these karma rituals leading to heaven are there, that type of buddhi is there. The astikya buddhi is Shraddha. Means they are valid. The sense of validity is Shraddha. Ashraddha is what? Opposite to Shraddha. That there is no devatas. There is no ritual leading to heaven. There is no heaven itself. This is called Ashraddha. Modern time, Ashraddha is considered to be a fashion. I don't believe in God. So each person feels little great about it. I believe in God, it's not like a big statement. I don't believe in God. And person feels something great about it nowadays. I don't believe all this. So he thinks he is very rational and very intelligent. Ashraddha. That also is Manaha. See, fortunately, even when person is Nastika, Atma doesn't become Nastika. In mind, one state is that Ashraddha. That's all. Dhrutihi. Dhruti means perseverance, tenacity. What is tenacity? Bhashyakara has explained that when your body, your sense organs are drooping because you have worked 7 hours and still something to be done, and you push yourself to continue, you hold yourself, the capacity to hold on, even when there is a situation of drooping down, that capacity is called Dhruti, tenacity. We have that capacity. Like Shivaratri, that long puja is there, so 2 hours, 3 hours, so we feel like we thoda utna, so okay, only 15 minutes remaining, half an hour remaining, like that. So you have tenacity. One can have tenacity. Then Adruti, opposite. Opposite means what? Impatience. Not having this tenacity means giving up tendency. Little bit discomfort, give up. Little bit discomfort, give up. This is the youngsters now, they have got this Adruti here. They cannot hold on to something for a long time. They always want change. Therefore, everything they want short. SMS. Next message they have to go. Next message. They want constant stimuli. Same thing they are bored. That is Adhrati. Not able to hold on to something. Impatience. Rihi. Rihi means lajja. It can be both shyness or shamefulness. Shame, not shamefulness, shame. That also is antakarana. So nowadays some people feel shameful for, unnecessary things. You don't know computer, you feel shame. What is that? You don't know. And in India, if you don't know English, shame, they feel shame, ashamed. They will try their best to hide that they don't know. But when they are exposed, they feel shame. The shame. Unnecessary. And even some people, they feel shy or little bit ashamed in attending Vedanta classes, especially young age. But they think that what people will think. People will think that you go to Vedanta class when you have some problems. So, बोले कि क्या हो गया? सब ठीक है ना? Means if you are attending Vedanta classes at young age, they think that something is wrong. Either you did not get the job, or you failed in some affair or something, or father has told something. So they always feel, and therefore people hide. Means others should not know that I am doing this. What is this? I tell people, see, nowadays many people are not feeling ashamed of doing wrong things. Why are you ashamed of doing right things? One lady told me, Swamiji, you don't tell my daughter-in-law that I am coming Vedanta class. मैंने कहा आप daughter-in-law से इतना घबराते क्या? नहीं वो अपने parents को बोल देगी. That is how it is. So all these are really. Yes. See, certain things we need not go and, tum-tum. Like we tell, I'm going to attend Vedanta class. I'm not afraid. I don't have any problem, but still I'm attending. You need not go and tell. Declare, you don't have to take initiative to tell people. But if situation comes when you have to reveal, you should have courage. Yes, I'm doing this. Especially when you are doing the right thing. Said, yes, I am doing japa. Somebody says, you are doing japa? हाँ स्वामी आप तो वेदांत जानते हैं आपको क्यों जप करने की जरूरत है? So some people will hide. When the brahmachari, he was hiding this mala he had. Swami Chinmaya said, why are you hiding this mala? Be proud of that. You are doing mala, this japa. What is wrong in that? No, he is a Vedanta student. So he will hide. Why should you hide? One lady asked me some years ago when I was in Rishikesh, I went to Delhi. She asked me, what is your routine? I said, I am doing japa. Acha, you are doing japa? You did your Vedanta course. Now also you do japa. Yeah. So they were attending Vedanta classes for few months or something, but they have stopped japa. So therefore they are surprised that after so many years you are doing japa. Yes. So, but this, by the way, all this is unnecessary but that also manaha. Fortunately, that also manaha. No problem. Dhihi. Dhihi means cognition of the object. I am gataha. That is called dhihi. Dhihi prajna. Bhashyakara says prajna. And Tikakara says samanyataha nishchaya jnana. I am gataha. This is dhihi. And I am ativa akarshakaha gataha. Very attractive part. That is what? Sankalpa. That is the difference. This is Sankalpa. Fancy. Alright. Then Dhihi. Bhayam. Yeah, Bhayam everybody knows that. Jiva's one Lakshana is Bhayam. Means Bhaya means a particular mental state where a person is thinking of something undesirable going to happen. So, the thinking of some danger, some anishta will happen to me or happening to me, that the reaction to that or that particular thought is called bhaya. So, reaction to the danger is called bhihi. A reaction to the perceived danger, need not be real danger. Etat sarvam manaha eva. All these are mind alone. That is what is saying that raga dvesha, all of them are manaha eva. Then kama yesya hridishritaha. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya hridhi shrita. That is a full sentence. When a person gets the knowledge, then all kamas which are obtaining in the heart, here heart stands for the mind. Asya means of this person. So all the desires which are resorting to the heart of this person are released. So here main point is what? Kama hridishritaha. All the desires are resting on the heart, resting on the mind. Then while talking about the nature of Atma in Sushupti to indicate the real nature, it is said Asya we have to supply Asya Atmanaha Akamam Rupam Shokantaram in Brihadaranyaka. Asya is there in the Moolam. Asya stands for Atmanaha. The Rupam means Swarupam. The nature of this Atma is what? Akabam, free from desires. Shokantaram, Shoka Shunya Mityartha, free from Shoka. Tirnohi tada sarvan shokan hridayasya bhavati. Tada means when the knowledge comes, sarvan, of course, Sushupti also. Sarvan Sushupti, all these sarvan shokan hridayasya tirnaha. So a description is Sushupti, but to show the nature of Atma. Tada means Sushupto sarvan hridayasya shokan tirnaha bhavati. A person is tirnaha, crosses over. Tada in Sushupti. What? Hridayasya sarvan shokan. All the grief of the mind. Here Hridaya means mind. So that is the main thing. Hridayasya shokan. A person crosses over all the shokas of the mind in Sushupti and also in Atmagdan. Ityadi Shrutibhyaha Kim Ragadayaha Buddhi Dharmaha Eva Natu Jivatma Dharmaha Iti Uttam. So the sentence what? The Antakarana Matre. They are all of them are in the Antakarana and not the dharma of jiva. So all this statement, kama sankalpa etc. should be connected with the buddhi dharmaha eva natu jivatma dharmaha. Or it can be connected with the previous one also, but better to connect with the next one. Okay. Ityadi shrutibhyaha should be connected with ragadayaha buddhi dharmaha eva. Raga, kama, sankalpa, all of them are the qualities of the mind alone. Natu jivatma dharmaha. They are not the qualities of jiva atma. Jivatma means, here jivatma is the atma of the jiva. Visheshya bhuta. Jivatma dharmaha. Iti uktam. It is not the qualities of the atma of jiva. Is it clear? And one thing is Shrutibhyaha. From the Shruti we understand that Ragadi belong to the mind and not to Atma. But Vruddha Vachana, here Vruddha doesn't mean old person. Vruddha means Jnana Vruddha. A person who is mature in his knowledge. That's called Vruddha. Vachanat means statement. From the statement of a wise person. And what is the statement? Ragecha sukha dukkhadi buddho satyam pravartate. Anvaya vyatireka. In Jagrad and Swapna avastha, buddho satyam. When the mind is, then raga, icha, raga means the liking, icha, desire, sukha, pleasure, dukkha, pain, adi padena dvesha, pravartate are there. When the mind is, then only raga, icha, sukha, dukkhadi is. Pravartate means active, are there. Tannashe means buddhi nashe. Here nasha means laya, adarshanam lopa. So adarshanam is the nasha, nash adarshane. So tannashe means when there is a resolution of the buddhi, when shushupto in the deep sleep state, nasti. Kim nasti? Ragecha sukha dukkhadi nasti. So when buddhi is active, ragadi is active. When buddhi is resolved in sushupti, then ragechadi is not there. From this what we understand? Tasmat buddhehe. Buddhehe kim? Ragecha sukha dukkhadi. Therefore, raga, ichha, etc. belong to buddhi alone because of anvaya vyatireka. Buddhi is, ragadi is. Buddhi is not there, ragadi is not there. Therefore, they belong to buddhi. Like sugar is, sweet taste is. Sugar is not there, sweet taste is not there. Therefore, sweet taste belongs to sugar. So, because of anvaya vyatireka, tasman means anvaya vyatireka, they belong to buddhehe. Natu atmanaha, and not of the self, and not belonging to the self. Iti vruddhavachanacha ragadayah buddhi dharmaha eva natu jivatma dharmaha. Iti uktam. Now the last sentence. Tathacha, and thus antahkarana vishishtasya jivasya brahmana saha ekya sambhave api antahkaranopahita sakshinaha tat sambhavati eva. And thus oneness of jiva who is endowed with antahkarana, who is qualified by antahkarana, would not have oneness with Brahman. Oneness of jiva endowed with antahkarana with Brahman is not possible. Even though the oneness with Brahman of jiva who is endowed with antahkarana is impossible. But antahkarana upahita sakshinaha tat sambhavati eva. That means aikya. But the sakshi who is adjuncted by antahkarana, for that sakshi, that means brahmana aikyam, oneness with Brahman, sambhavati eva, is definitely possible. Antahkarana vishishta cannot have oneness with Brahma, but antahkarana upahita sakshi can have oneness with Brahma. Why? Because antahkarana vishishta jiva has got kleshadi, and therefore it cannot have oneness with klesharahitam Brahma. But antahkarana upahita sakshi does not have kleshadi, therefore it can have oneness with Brahman which is free from kleshadi. So the implied objection of the first Purva Paksha was given in this sentence, and answer was Aikyam of Sakshi with Brahman is possible. Now the second part, second objection, that Sakshi is many, how can it have oneness? That will be answered in the next. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.